Shalom Yasharala, this is Yeshaya back at you with another Car Chronicle. In this one, I want to discuss the our collective reputation as Israelites, right? Because people still in 2023 know us as assholes that just yell at people. And while you do have a necessity sometimes to come down on people, I think that, I know that we should modify our approach, not to soften the gospel. People that need to get cursed out need to get cursed out. Some people come up and be combative, condescending, and just full of debate and strife. To them, treat them how the fuck you want. But we have to also exercise our patient self. We have to also use tact when we teach the word of God. Because the Lord didn't just deliver it anyway. These words were carefully scripted. If we took great care, our ancestors, in how we translated the word of God into English, shouldn't we also take great care in how we deliver those words to the Lord's chosen people? I'm not saying don't curse. I'm not saying, but be understand, like, that's why you shouldn't be a novice out there in the streets teaching. You got a lot of novices out there that don't know what the fuck they're doing. You got men out there, when somebody asks a question, the first thing they do is be disrespectful. Like, why if somebody asks a question, do we go in on them about the proper way to cut people off or say excuse me or stuff like that? Why don't we be more patient and say, we'll get to your questions, brother, but this is normally the way we, do that. Don't be disrespectful. Don't be combative. You don't just walk into a classroom, but nigga, you not in a classroom. You in the street teaching. They don't know that. They don't know that they have to use the same etiquette that they would in school. You got to understand, our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. They don't know no better a lot of times. They don't know no better. Like, we have to stop being rude for nothing. Our people out there, man, they're already destroyed. They've already been beat down by the world. And it's not right that we're out there in the streets abusing them further. We have to bear in mind, we have to bear the infirmities of the weak. Right? That's why we're out there in the streets here. That's why the Lord picked us, because we need to know what we're doing. We can pull 100,000 scriptures on how the prophets used to curse the people out. But at the end of the day, like, the people that they were cursing out were wicked and they weren't trying to change their ways. There are people still out here that are looking for guidance. And some of them may not even be necessarily looking for guidance. Some of them think that they have the right way. To us, America's wrong, but to them, America feels like the right way. We can't look at them like they're already condemned, because the Lord sent us out there to reach them. I know a lot of times y'all go on my channel and be disappointed because you hear me sound like a fucking Christian. So I get it, but at the same time, we read the same Bible as Christians. There are going to be similarities in the message. There are also scriptures that say, speak comfortably to my people. There are also scriptures that say, keep your speech, I believe it says, seasoned with salt. You don't have to go out there all the time and just yell at people and disrespect people. And this is coming from one of the kings of being that way. I used to insult the shit out of people because I thought it was the right way. But then you have to think about it. What does the Lord get out of his servants going out there and insulting people and disrespecting people and sometimes threatening people? What does the Lord get out of that? How does the yelling and screaming and disrespecting people get the message across. It doesn't. It doesn't. People, you know, like I said, you got to come down on somebody that's being abrasive with you. By all fucking means, have at it. Let your spiritual dagger get wet with their blood, spiritually. But the truth of the matter is, far too many of us resort to disrespect and yelling at people. When the scriptures, when you read the scriptures in its totality, that's not the way to teach all the time. You have to be understanding to the people. You have to understand the woman who strips to feed her children. You have to understand the drug dealer that was misled as a young man by hip hop, by the local drug dealers around him, got locked up, made choices, and now he can't find a job to hire him at a respectable wage. So now he has to sell drugs to survive. Don't condemn him as a drug dealer. Understand what the fuck made him a drug dealer. Help him. Help him expunge his record if you have the means. If you have a lawyer in the camp or whatever, like if you have a brother that needs a job. Like I'm not saying just take the nigga from the streets and put him in the fucking workplace. I'm saying like try, you know, other than just to yell at people. Doing the work is so much more than just going to camp and yelling at people and disrespecting people and making fun of the nations. You know, going to camp is actually, you know, teaching people, elevating people spiritually, letting them know, listen, you were once a great people. We can be that again. You know, but brothers choose the lazy approach. Just go out in the streets, yell at people. Oh, you're effing heathen, and oh, you're 2/3, you're gonna die. Like you know for sure that you're not 2/3. I remember a lot of men that were mighty teachers alongside me that have cursed out people that were not in the faith, who are no longer in the faith themselves. I remember in college, it was a group of us, only 2 of us went to the actual college, but it was a group of us that were always together studying and all that. And one time, one of them roommates started to be interested, but then he fell out. Yo, the treatment he got was like, you know what I'm saying? Like he actually like betrayed us. You know what I mean? You know, we have to mature as servants of the Lord, man. These other religions, they have advantages over us because they are recognized by this world. But unfortunately, I can have a more mature conversation with a lot of Christians and Muslims than I can Israelites. Because a lot of Israelites just look at the book and that's it. You look at what the words say, but you don't understand what the words say. You don't apply it in a practical sense. Why do you think the original school was called the Israeli or Israelite Church of Universal and Practical Knowledge? You know, why is it practical, Salah? Because I was dealing with a person that didn't know how to drive in front of me. But, you know, I love the word practical because when you put the Bible into practice, it's like you take a shape, right? And it looks like it fits in a hole, right? But for some reason it doesn't fit properly. So what do you have to do? You have to either get a new piece or you have to modify the hole itself. So now when you put the Bible into actual practice, not just read words on a book, but you have to factor in that a spirit, like you can't even say what the Lord is. The Lord is the Most High. But a loving power that intended on good things for us handed down this book. You don't think he understands the difficult decisions that people have to make in Babylon in 2023? Yes, a lot of people are doing wickedness. But you know what? A lot of y'all brothers have the spirit of wickedness towards the Lord's people. And we have to get rid of that shit, man. We can't be like that. We can't be so hateful towards our people. We go to camp, and like I said, I was the king of this. The nigga bitch. Oh, the race traitor. We would call black women. We would literally stand on the side and go ham on black women that were dating white men. We would call them all types of race traitors and this, that, and the third. I'm ashamed of some of the shit that I've called these women. But they don't know no better. And you couple that with the fact that the type of black man you want me to be with is a guy like you that calls his black women race traitor, whores, and all that. Like, literally, I remember, man, the nigga whore. Like, yo, we really used to be very immature. And some of those men are still immature that I've heard that from and taught with. You know, because we don't really love our people, a lot of us. If we loved our people, what would the message be? How would we approach our people? Yeah, I get it, man. These niggas are dumb. A lot of these people are lost. But the Lord said they'd be lost. Why does it bother you so much? Our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So why are you surprised? See, like right now. I just beat that idiot in an Audi. Like, you got a nice car. Can you hit the gas on it, fool? The light is green now. But yeah, when the scriptures say our people are stupid, sottish, destroyed for lack of knowledge, why is it surprising to any Israelite that our people are that stupid? Why does it surprise anybody that, you know, because we teach like we're surprised about it. Our level of anger is like as if it's a fucking brand new thing that our people are destroyed or ignorant or evil. Let's get to the root of why our people do the wickedness that they do. Let's get to the root of why a woman is in the club stripping. You think that she's having a good time? How many of y'all really think that a woman is comfortable and happy being a fucking whore in a strip club, getting gawked at by strangers? Sometimes they might even be pro-black as far as their ideologies. They might have morals that they want to have, but their profession, because they don't have any other talents or they can't find a job, so they do that. They strip. They give up their fucking self-respect. And instead of being out there being men of understanding and saying, sister, I know, you know, it's got to be tough going through what you're going through and having to do what you do, we call them whores. We treat them like the world treats them. We're no better than the world. And I get it, because a lot of times we look at these women like they could have been a wife to one of us. We look at her like they could have been a mother. They could have been somebody, you know, useful spiritually, and they could still be. But we have to grow up as messengers of God. There's times where you're gonna have to curse motherfuckers out. There's times where you're gonna have to tell a bitch you are a whore. There's times you're gonna have to tell her, because when you're trying to justify whoredom in and of itself, you gotta call a spade a spade. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not in any way, and again, you know, I want to be very clear. I am not in any way, shape, or form trying to soften the message, trying to tell us that there are no times where we should be cursing people out. It's just that when you are a man of understanding, there's going to be less times that you're going to find yourself looking at a struggling single mother and put the stigma on her that she's just a fucking bitch. Her man probably left her because of her attitude. You know, you might see a drug dealer gangbanger and be like, oh, you were just a wicked nigga. What do you think would make a man throw away his life and become a gangbanger? What do you think would make a man do, things like, sell drugs? You think these motherfuckers want to do that? You think drug dealers want to sell drugs? You think strippers want to strip? No. It's not that they want to sin. A lot of them know that it's wrong. But, just like the song said by Freeway, even though what we do is wrong, a lot of these people are doing these things to survive. And we have to get to the core of that. We have to expose that. Because the fact that they have to do that is a greater evil than the woman stripping in the strip club. The man, even a man eating pork. Even a man selling drugs. You know what I mean? The real evil is why do you have to be in a position where your morals are compromised for you to even survive? Now, if you're going at people that are doing immoral things for fun, then all the way. But also even them, because you have women that sleep around and all that, even them, remember, society teaches them that they could do that, and it's fine. They don't acknowledge that, they don't realize how off it is, how evil it is. And it's our job to show them. It's not our job to just be like, you're a whore. She could look in the fucking mirror. Half of these women look in the mirror and call themselves whores. A lot of these women be like, oh, I'm a, you call them a bitch, they'll be like, I'm a bad one though. You know what I mean? So you're not really telling them nothing that's elevating, helping, or hurting them. All you're doing is just adding to the fucking stigma that Israelites are fucking rude and disrespectful and assholes. When the story that should be told about us by at least genuine people is that, no, these guys are out there uplifting and teaching the people. And sometimes people do get that message. But a lot of times when you talk to people and you let them know you're an Israelite, the first thing that they think of is those guys yelling at people on the corner, cursing people out. But I hope that this was edifying, man. Was a little bright out there today. But anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.